Look, if you have any Google Ads campaigns running right now using broad match search terms, you're probably wasting money. The good news is a couple of quotes and brackets can save you a boatload of wasted ad spend. So timestamps below, along with some other helpful links and resources, including a link to our Google Ads playbook to help shortcut the process of finding new keywords for your campaigns and, of course, writing ads. Now, let's talk keyword match types and how they can save you literally a boatload of wasted ad spend. So when it comes to match types, this is how strict or specific we tell Google to be with our keywords. So think of it as a funnel. We have broad at the top, then we have phrase in the middle, and then we have exact at the bottom. And we use quotes around keywords to show that this is a phrase match, and we use brackets to tell Google that it's a exact match. And when it comes to the basics of match types, this is really all you need. Now, here's a more detailed breakdown of how these match types work. So first we have broad match. Now, when you're typing this into the Google Ads interface, you don't have to do anything to the keyword. It just goes in broad match. And as you can see here with this example, if we were selling, let's say, men's watches, we could show up for stuff that's completely not related to someone who's trying to buy a watch, which is why broad match is so dangerous to use. And as you can see here, we could show up for men's watch review or style guides or just someone generally searching for different watch companies. And so Google's not only going to look for the phrases that we're using, men's watch, it's also going to look for things that are just remotely related to men's watch, which is why I recommend always starting with at least phrase match. So here we need men's watch in the actual search phrase. And so as you can see with our example searches, men's and watch, those two phrases together are included. Now, do they have to be right next to each other in the same order? No, they actually don't. And so then finally we have exact match. And so this is where Google's going to be even more strict. And ideally, if you were selling men's watches, you would actually want to change these keywords. I just did it for example purposes, but men's watch like on sale or for sale would actually be the keyword that you use, because you want to make sure that on sale or for sale or buy is in your phrase to make sure that you're actually just getting people who want to buy a watch. Because as you can see with all these examples, even though we say men's watch and we're being exact match, we could still show up for searches that have nothing to do with people wanting to buy. So when it comes to your products or services, you not only want to think about what your product or service is called, but you also want to think about how is a buyer going to look for those, and use phrase and exact to tell Google, hey, buy or on sale or for sale needs to be in the search term. Otherwise, I don't want to pay for the search, right? And so that's something that, of course, you do want to make sure that you keep an eye on with your search terms report. So inside of the Google Ads interface, jumping back into our computer here, we can go ahead and click on keywords and search terms in your account. And then you'll get a list of all of the actual search phrases, 70 to 80% of them that you showed up for. So in this example, this is for a veterinary clinic. And so you can see here, if we highlight, we see things like rescue, adoption. Those aren't really related to what this place does, right? And so what we would do is we'd say, okay, well, our keywords are good, but they're still getting some things that we don't necessarily want, even though we're using phrase and exact. And so what we can do is we can take those phrases like adoption or let's say rescue, maybe that particular place doesn't do vaccinations for some reason. And you could take those phrases and you can add them as negative keywords. And so then we're telling Google, hey, if this keyword is in the search, don't show it to us, even though this search matches some of our keywords. And so that's another way that you can really refine the search phrases that you actually show up for. And so this report, you can look at it a couple times a month and just go in and you'll start to find more and more keyword phrases that you didn't think of that are related to what you have to sell, but they don't represent someone who's actually looking to buy a product or service from you. And so to help you out with some negative keywords you should add to your campaigns right now, after analyzing over 2 million in ad spend for ourselves and clients, you can check out the copy of our Google Ads playbook linked up in the description. It has a nice little diagram here that will show you some common keyword phrases and even some common big corporations and companies names, you probably want to add as negative keywords right now as you figure out your match types and as, of course, you figure out your keywords. So thank you so much for watching. Sincerely hope you got some value out of this video. Most importantly, you have a better understanding of what the different match types are, how to use them, and why it's so important to make sure that your keyword itself represents a buyer. Just adding brackets or quotes, you can still get irrelevant traffic. So hit that like button, subscribe for more Google Ads guides just like this one. And until the next, keep building the business you love.